I'm Mark Matsumoto, and today I want to show you how to make an easy shrimp toast that's savory on top and crispy on the bottom. And it makes for a delicious finger food, so stick around. Shrimp toast is a product of Hong Kong where Chinese and British influences came together to birth this crispy snack. It's typically made with savory shrimp paste slathered onto sandwich bread, but for my version, I make a soft, flavorful mousse to bind the plump shrimp to the bread. Each bite is this joyful contrast of textures and tastes, and it makes this easy shrimp toast an instant party favorite. Sound good? Let's check out our ingredients. Our main ingredients are 250 grams of peeled and deveined shrimp, 60 grams of ground pork, which will help keep the shrimp paste juicy, and 4 slices of sandwich bread. To season our shrimp paste, I've got 60 grams of onion, 5 grams of ginger, 2 tablespoons of egg white from 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of potato starch, 2 teaspoons of shaoxing wine, 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, a half teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of ground white pepper. You'll also need some oil for frying. To serve the shrimp toast, I've got some Thai sweet chili sauce and cilantro for garnish. The first thing I'm gonna do is peel the ginger. I like doing this with the edge of a spoon because it's easier to get into the nooks and around any knobs. Then I'm gonna roughly slice this up. Next, I'm gonna slice up our onion. Scallions are the traditional allium to use in shrimp toast, but I like the natural sweetness that onions add. For the shrimp, I'm gonna divide half of them onto a cutting board. And then I'm gonna cut them up into bite-sized chunks. By the way, there's no need to use expensive shrimp here since we're cutting them up, so I'm just using frozen pre-cleaned shrimp today. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the shrimp to a food processor, along with the pork, onions and ginger, egg white, potato starch, shaoxing wine, toasted sesame oil, salt, and pepper. Then I'm gonna affix the lid and run this until the shrimp paste is smooth and fluffy. Be sure to stop it once and scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure you don't have any slices of ginger hiding out. The shrimp paste is ready when it's silky smooth and takes on a light creamy color like this. Okay, let's get this into a bowl with the rest of our shrimp. And then I'm just gonna stir this together to distribute the pieces of shrimp evenly into the paste. This ensures you get a piece of springy shrimp surrounded by the flavorful paste in every bite. Now I'm gonna line up the sandwich bread on a clean work surface and divide the shrimp mixture between the 4 slices of bread. Then I'm gonna use a spatula to spread the mixture evenly across the surface of each slice of bread. It's okay if the layer of shrimp is a little thicker in the center of the bread than towards the edges, but just try and get it spread as close to the edges as you can without getting it onto the sides. By the way, you can cut the crusts off the bread for a more refined texture, but personally, I like the extra crunch that the crusts give. Once we've got the shrimp paste spread, let's make some room. And then I'm gonna use a sharp knife to cut each toast into 4 slices. Be sure to wipe down your knife with a damp paper towel periodically to keep your cuts nice and clean. I'm going with triangles today, but squares or stripes will work as well, and you can even cut them into 8 triangles if you really want to make them bite-sized. By the way, these can be made up to a day in advance and stored in the fridge so they're ready to fry when guests arrive. Or you can freeze them on a tray before storing them in a freezer bag for up to a month. The last thing I'm going to prepare is a wire rack lined with a few sheets of paper towels. Before we fry these up, I want to thank Musubi Kiln for sending over these stunning plates, which I'm going to use to serve up our shrimp toast. They've got a huge collection of handcrafted tableware that runs the gamut from classic to modern. So hit the link in the description to take a look and use coupon code NORECIPES to get 5% off your order. I'm gonna be shallow frying these today, so I'll start by adding a ½ inch of vegetable oil to a pan and preheating it to 355 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Once the oil is up to temperature, add the shrimp toast with the shrimp side facing down. You want the shrimp paste to be fully submerged, but don't overcrowd the pan. Then I'm gonna let these fry until they're golden brown on this side, and this should take about 2 minutes. Once you start to see the edges brown, flip them over and brown the bread side. This will take about another 2 minutes. You want to look for the bread to puff up and brown just like this. When the toasts are done, transfer them to the paper towel lined rack with the bread side down and fry up any remaining toasts. Shrimp toast is best served hot, so let's plate this batch up. I'm gonna line the toast triangles up on this beautiful plate to make them easy to grab. And then I'm gonna garnish it with cilantro. You can also chop up the cilantro and sprinkle it on top, but not everyone loves cilantro as much as I do, so I usually put it off to the side so people can make the choice for themselves. Finally, I'm gonna add some Thai sweet chili sauce to our little lotus plate, and our easy shrimp toast is ready to serve. All right, let's try this out. It smells so good. Ooh, and it's so crispy. All right, I'm gonna dip this in a little bit of the chili sauce. It's so crispy on the bottom, tender on top, and juicy in the center. All right, let's give this another dip here. Those onions we've added to the shrimp puree give it this nice mellow sweetness, and that ginger covers up any fishiness or oiliness. It's so good. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but that shrimp mousse we made by pureeing the shrimp in the center is super fluffy. And then you've got those whole chunks of shrimp in there that give it this nice texture. And that contrast of the crispy bread on the bottom with the springy shrimp and that fluffy shrimp and pork mousse is just a match made in heaven. All right, last bite. This is the perfect finger food to take to a barbecue or a potluck, so I hope you'll give it a try. Okay, I'm gonna crack open a beer and have some more of these, but check out this playlist for more snackable party foods. And I'll catch you in the next one.